I thought we'd have a bit of fun in this video and talk about some kitchen design wishlist items. These are the nice to haves and if there were no restrictions, not the must haves or practical things, just the fun stuff. Whenever I do a kitchen design, I always ask my clients a series of questions, and one of those questions is if they have any wish list items. So I've picked 5 wish list items that I've seen crop up again and again over the last year. And just for fun, at the end of the video, I thought I'd share what my wish list item would be. Have a think and see if you can guess what it would be. Right, in no particular order, starting off the list is a large larder or pantry. Whether it's a full height, double door, traditional looking larder, or a more contemporary tall pull-out larder, having a big larder cabinet is high on the wish list for a lot of my clients. Everybody just seems to fall in love with some of these beautiful cabinets and the thought of all that storage. And for obvious reasons, they're super useful storage and can look amazing. Unfortunately, all too often the reality is that we can't fit something of that size into the kitchen space that we have. Once you've got all of the must-haves into your kitchen, like all your appliances and your sink and some clear countertop space to work at, it doesn't really leave much room to have a big larder in there as well. Still, it doesn't stop us dreaming, and it doesn't stop them being high on our wish list. Next up is a workstation sink. This is something that clients really want to sink their money into. Bad puns aside, workstation sinks are something I'm seeing appear on clients' wish lists more recently actually. If you've not come across workstation sinks before, I like to think of them as the Swiss Army knife of sinks. They turn your sink into a more multifunctional space with the addition of extra accessories. These are things such as drying racks, colanders, chopping boards, things like this that are all specifically designed to fit perfectly on or around the sink itself. They're perfect for small kitchens to help create additional prep space and essentially just extra countertop. But practical benefits aside, I'm seeing these on clients' wish list basically because people think they look cool as well. People love a gadget and something that's well designed with accessories, and the workstation sink seems to tick that box for a lot of people. Who'd have thought a sink could be cool? Cool might be a bit of a strong word for a sink though. Next on the list is having a kitchen island. And more specifically, a big kitchen island. More and more I'm hearing that people not only want a kitchen island, but they want the biggest kitchen island they can possibly fit in their space. Lots of countertop space, seating for 4, 5, 6, 7 people, and all that extra storage. People really want to max out their island size. And I think it's down to the popularity in open plan kitchens, allowing for these bigger islands as we open up the space in our homes. Kitchen islands have been popular forever, and it's probably one of the most requested features or layouts I get asked for. But now it seems the bigger the island, the better. Next on my list is a coffee station. As with a lot of kitchen trends and wish list items, I'm blaming Pinterest for this one. A coffee station is a dedicated space in your kitchen, usually in a larder or a countertop cabinet, that will house a built-in coffee machine or even a freestanding one. I'm talking about those fancy bean-to-cup built-in coffee machines that can make any coffee you can think of, or one of those industrial looking freestanding espresso machines that you've imported from Italy. And in this coffee station, it'll also house all of your coffee mugs and some countertop space to work on, obviously your coffee and sugar and any bits and pieces like that that you need to become an at-home barista. It's a wish list item that's cropped up a few times recently, and again it really comes down to whether you have this extra space available in your kitchen once you've got all of the essentials in there, and how obsessed you are with coffee. Last on my list is a wine cooler. Usually much more achievable than a coffee station, the request for a wine cooler, and especially a mid-sized wine cooler that's about 30 centimeters wide, crops up on wish lists more often than not actually. I think it gets put on the wish list because it seems slightly indulgent to have a separate area to cool drinks when you've already got a fridge in your kitchen somewhere. Especially if it's a smaller kitchen or you're short on storage space, A wine cooler could be replaced by a cabinet, or it could be some wider drawers that you're replacing that space with. However, I'd argue it might not be as indulgent as you think. With many of the kitchen brands I've worked with over the years, having a 30cm wine cooler could often be cheaper, or at the very least kind of a similar price to having a 30cm cabinet. So if you can sacrifice the storage space that it would take up, it's actually a wish list item that's something to consider. Now, what would I put as my wish list item? I've talked about them before on the channel, and well done if you guessed it. It's the boiling water tap. I love them. Instant boiling water at the touch of a button. It uses less energy than boiling a kettle. You only use the amount of water that you need. It clears up countertop space because it removes the need for a kettle altogether. And more than anything, it saves time that you're stood there waiting for the kettle to boil. Which, considering the amount of tea and coffee we drink in this house, probably adds up to more time than I realise. Yes, they're expensive, and yes, they do need maintaining. You need to change filters and things once in a while. But hey, this is a wish list item. So what's on your kitchen design wish list? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, this isn't necessarily something that you need, but rather something that you wish for, big or small, it doesn't matter, just for fun. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.